Be strong, Boris. Boris does this to make millions of Britons happy. Boris Johnson may totally suspend controversial checks on goods crossing the Irish Sea next month if the EU does not drop its hardline approach. Diplomatic sources told the Daily Mail the Prime Minister fears that disruption to trade caused by stringent checks could destabilise Northern Ireland, just as the Unionist marching season approaches. Mr. Johnson raised the issue with Irish Michael Martin yesterday. A Downing Street spokesman said they agreed on the importance of working together to uphold the Belfast Good Friday Agreement and to maintain smooth trade between Great Britain, Northern Ireland, and Republic of Ireland. Diplomacy and the EU do not exist. Time Britain wakes up to the fact that the EU's sole intentions are to destroy Britain in any way, shape, or form. Holidaymakers hoping to visit the usual holiday places in Europe should stop and think about where they want to visit next. Let the local European holiday economies suffer so the population in the EU can take notice of how the EU operates. If we cancel the Brexit deal, which Boris is entitled to do, we would revert to WTO rules with the EU. Our exporters are already struggling to export to the EU. WTO rules would mean tariffs added on top of what they have now. The sunny uplands of exporting to Timbuktu haven't materialized as most of our exports are in demand in Europe, but not in Japan and Australia. The row centers on the Northern Ireland Protocol in the Brexit deal, which prevents checks at the border between Ireland and Northern Ireland. The EU can still make checks on certain goods crossing from Great Britain to Northern Ireland, but ministers accuse Brussels of taking a maximalist approach, causing serious disruption to trade. They hope Mr. Martin will help persuade Brussels to take a more reasonable stance by targeting only those goods destined for the Republic. Ministers have stopped checks on certain goods in recent weeks, but may now suspend all checks, which would plunge relations with the EU into the deep freeze. An angry person said, "This contemptible fool signed up on the very deal that ensured there was an Irish Sea border effectively. He failed to foresee the consequences and, by playing hardball with the EU over this issue, risked further sanction and further chaos." Enough people are prepared to overlook his gross mishandling of the Brexit treaty to hand him a Hansel approval rating, and this blind acceptance of this disaster will continue to feed his arrogance and hubris, and will cause far more damage to the economy than was already inevitable. Others argued that, not really, the treaty is fairly vague in certain areas, talking about long-term solutions, being open to further negotiation and dependent on goodwill, etc. Being shown by both sides through the EU disregards that, interpreting it as being shown by the UK and the UK only. Hence the stance that if none is to be reciprocated, then it will be a case of fine. To hell with the EU. It is fundamentally wrong of them to expect to try and impose custom checks within the boundaries of another country. What do you think about these comments? Let me know what you think and we can discuss. Thank you for watching the video.